Hey there. In this video, I'm going to show you how to feel the fear and do it anyway, right? Isn't that what we're all here for? I'm scared crapless every time I hit start broadcast and go live. Freaks the crap out of me, but you know what? I do the crap anyways. So, hey, my name is Zan, and I know that we're all terrified of something. So, whether it's public speaking, asking for a raise, reaching out to that person that you think is awesome, that you'd love to have in your life, it might be going after that big client. It may be learning to swim. I don't know what that thing is, but everybody has something that they're scared of when they want to get committed to or go after what they really want, something that they really want. So it's, you know what I mean? It's inevitable. Everybody, if you aren't scared of something, you're probably a psychopath or sociopath. Sorry, not a doctor, but just saying, because most of us have some kind of fear about doing new things. But don't worry about it. If we can learn how to face this fear and face it head on and move through even when we're scared, to me, that's the true mark of bravery and courage is how do we move forward even when we're scared shitless, right? Don't worry about it. You can still do this. And to me, that's when you are primed for your best path forward, your best life. All righty. So let me take you through a few steps, and I want to be brief today. I'm going to be shorter winded than I usually am. So we've changed it to Friday. Thanks to you, those that are joining us live. Hey, Mia girl, hashtag live. And if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Don't worry about it. If you're like, what the hell did she do? She changed the date. Yes, there's another thing where you get scared. Are people going to find you? But you know what? It just wasn't working for me. And that's part of creating a life that works for you, is to realize when things don't work and when things do work. Hey, Amanda. So, because you know what? Life is short. And that's what we say. And that's really what this group is about, is saying how short life is and how you just need to jump in with both hands and grab onto the bull and ride, baby. Right? That's it. Ride it to the bell. Ride it to the horn, whatever it is. Sorry, 8 seconds. Good old bull riding show. But to me, that's what it's about. That's the only way that I can show up here every single day without crapping my pants most of the time, right? So, hey, Amy, good to see you, Clara. But like I said, why do I got this picture? So you guys know I'm a fan of 80s in the sand, 80s music, 80s culture, whatever you want to call it. And this was one of my best times of my life, was in 2019 in the Dominican Republic. You've seen it before. Why did I want to show you guys this? Because this is my friend, sorry, learning how to point the opposite way completely. My friend, my darling friend, oh my God, I'm so, my darling friend, sorry, it gets me a little bit emotional here, who I met. And honestly, it's really sad because he was one of the hardest living dudes that you could possibly imagine. And unfortunately, he got COVID last year. And then he recovered from it and was very ill. He was the first person I knew, and it was right at the beginning of COVID. I think it was like April, maybe, that he got sick. Rock and Ronnie, that Ron got sick. And the guy came back from it all, was packing an oxygen tank, but said, you know what? This proved to me even more that I got to go out and kick some booty. So what happens next? Unfortunately, we lost Ron probably about a month ago. He had a massive heart attack, completely unaware to anyone. So this to me is both of us living our best life and having so much fun together. And, even going on this trip, I was scared because at the time there was a huge poisoning scare going on in the Dominican Republic. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but mostly it was dirty drink dispensers that were kind of poisoning people. And a lot of them had nothing to do with this poisoning thing, but that's what everybody was kind of imagining. So this is us before we even were, it was me right in the heart of having my best time. So I just always think of Ronnie whenever I get, so I know, and bless you, my friend, because you know what? There's a lot of people that are not being able to live their best life, and some of them are still on earth and are holding themselves back from what it is they really want. So it's really important, my friends, to get clear on what it is that you want to create in your life. So awesome. Thanks, Ronnie. I wanted to share that with you. I got it back on track. So what are we going to do? I want to take you through a couple of things here that I like to do whenever I am getting freaked out. Because if you know me, you know that I write it down. And it's amazing once I write it down or say it out loud, how crazy it seems or how not. Oh, Deb, you're on there. You know what I mean? Rock and Ronnie, right? And Amy, so good to see everybody. Yeah, so that's where we're going to start is what do I do when I get stuck, when I am freaked out and I go, oh my God, I can't do this. So there's a few things that I like to do for myself. And that's what this is always about, is sharing those things with you. So number one is really to identify what I'm afraid of and then write it down. Why? Because when it's trickling around in our brain, it is not a thing. It's a feeling. It's an idea. It's a ghost that's haunting us. Once I put it on paper, it's like I'm bringing it out of the haunted house. It's like I'm turning on the lights in that dark room when I'm watching that horror movie, right? So it's for me, it's where I go, oh, take it out of my head. It's the same thing when I talk about it to a friend. So I like to do a combination of the two things. I like to talk it out with somebody, but I also like to write it down because the two have different magic and medicine associated with them. So it's a great thing to do both. But just because I've talked to somebody doesn't mean that I go, oh, no, I got this, blah, 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 right? I still like to write it down. And even some of our notes that I take away from them, I like to put it down. So what are you afraid of? And write it down. If it's starting that business, what really scares you? Is it about going broke? Well, you could always go find another job. If you quit the job you have now, you could continue to work part-time and work your business. If it's getting into a relationship, well, where are you meeting people? Are you meeting people that you have something in common with? Or are you, getting them from out in left field? But so many of these things, you're scared to start a healthy, a wellness plan because who knows why. What are you afraid of? Why are you scared to start it? I coach so many people that give me every excuse under the sun of why they're not going for their goals. But really at the end of the day, once we dig deep, it's about fear, or it's that they really didn't want the goal in the first place. So I really like to clarify that with myself and with other people. Are you afraid of this because you want it so bad, but you're scared you're not going to be able to get it? Or are you kind of scared of it because you really don't want it and you don't want to start the work to do it? Those are two different types of fear. And the other type of fear is I really want it, but I have no idea how to get it. That's okay. We can help with two of those. The one where you don't really know why you just don't want to do it, then don't do it. It's obviously not something on your list, right? But if you're scared of it because you are passionate about it, you're excited, you want it in your life, then frig, man, take the time, invest in yourself and get this shit taken care of. All right? Because we need to live with spice, my friends. I need more spice in my life, not the drug, the actual energy. You know what I mean? So got to be so careful nowadays. Freaking everything's got a weird connotation with it now. So, all right. So identify what you're afraid of and write it down, right? What's getting in your way? What is stopping you from moving forward, right? Doesn't mean that it's going to magically make the fear go away, but if you can start to give it a name, if you can start to be able to look at it and go, this is what it is, you're going to be able to start to move through things and do it anyway. Number two, figure out the worst possible scenario. Okay, what's the worst possible outcome that could happen from this? Okay. And you're like, Sam, that's what I do in the haunted house of my brain. I know, I do it too. That's why you need to talk about it with someone. And that's why you need to write it down. Because you know how many times when you actually say it out loud, what you think the worst case scenario is, you go, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But it might, but it won't. As soon as you say it, it loses the power. So I need you to figure out what do you think the worst possible outcome? Maybe even, okay, well, that's not going to happen. What were you really afraid of? I'll look foolish. I will feel bad about myself. I'll embarrass myself. I will lose my money. I will, I don't know. It all depends on the goal that you're setting. What are you really scared of? So write that down. All right. And then you go, well, great, you got me stuck in this dark hole, woman. Where am I at right now? So what's the next thing? You got to think about what would you do? How would you deal with it if that thing happened? And only the things that you really think there's a good chance of happening, because that's the other thing. What I get people to do if they go, that could all happen. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are for these things to happen? Scale 1, yeah, it's never going to happen. To 10, it's a certainty. It's already happening now. Most people say 3, 2, 5. I don't know what your number is, but the fact is there's not as much certainty with every single bad outcome as you think there are. So if you want to start to change your mindset about it, then you need to start getting real about how likely that worst outcome is. What's more likely to happen, right? Because that's the other thing. What are the positive outcomes? What could realistically happen? They won't care. They'll forget that they didn't even notice that I rolled my eyes. It's 3 cheat meals, doesn't end my journey of health and wealth. Like, really get real with yourself. And then what could you do? Okay, I start my own business. I don't make as much money as I thought I would. Okay, well, then I'll go back to work part-time. Maybe I won't quit my job and I'll see if I can go down to part-time and work on my business part-time. Maybe I'm going to ask that person out, but as a friend, hey, do you want to go do this fun thing? So that there's not this, hey, do you want to go on a date? Right? So what are some ways that you could manage your way through these things? Ask for help, find an accountability buddy, take a course, watch one of my past lives, right? That we answered one of your questions, but what are you really scared of? What's the worst possible outcome? And then how could you deal with it if it happened? And then what's the more likely outcome, right? Very rarely do we look at that. Number 3, I want you to create a plan for how to overcome your fear. So what does that mean? It means creating a SMART goal. It means breaking down each and every step into tiny bite-sized pieces so that it doesn't overwhelm you and that you aren't just jumping in like you want to learn to swim. You don't just go jump into the deep end because you drown unless you're wearing a life jacket. But most people, they don't do that. What do? Oh, I'm going to start by learning to swim in the shallow end. And I'm going to do things in a safe way so that I can build my confidence. And when we build our confidence, it means that we've been successful at something. So to me, it's about building small successes. That's what habits are, right? It's not about being perfect right now, right here. It's about realizing that your goal, your life, you are a beautiful freaking work in progress, my darling. So don't worry about being perfect. You are great right now, right here. Just break those goals, write it down, commit to yourself, and then start to think about what are the tiniest steps that I can do so that I can feel successful, so that I'm not as scared to move to that next step. Because that's what I always say, that step is too big. If you are terrified to go from here to here, well, then let's break it down to here, and then here, and then here. So that's what we need to do. If it's about not having a skill or not feeling confident in a skill, well, part of creating your plan is, well, I'm going to go practice that. I'm going to go join Toastmasters because I want to start becoming a public speaker, but it freaks me out. I'm going to take a course. I'm going to listen to webinars. I'm going to do my personal development, 15 minutes minimum a day, right? I'm going to listen to podcasts on public speaking. What is that thing? That's all part of your plan. It's also about, who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to get to help me? Do I need a coach? Do I need an accountability buddy? Right? Do I need to join a program, a group? Do I need to take singing lessons like me because you want to sing? I don't know. What's part of that plan to overcome? And seriously, that's part of my plan. I really want to sing in karaoke. I would love to be that person that can jump up on stage and just start singing a tune. But my anxiety gets so bad because I'm a stage singer. And so I'm really good at Ethel Merman singing, but I'm scared my voice is going to crack. I get hyperventilating. So I want to learn how to control my breath. Well, that's part of my plan. Am I going to be a professional singer? No, I just want to be able to have fun and do what I want to do. So I'm going to make that part of my conquering fear plan. All right. Number 4, and our final point, practice your plan in little steps before trying it on a bigger scale. So I'm going to start singing lessons. I'm going to get comfortable singing in front of my singing instructor. I'm going to practice at home. I'm going to ask people, is it okay if I sing the song that I learned today to you? my good friend Renee from 80s in the Sand, she pops on and does these smule, I don't know how you pronounce it, smule, where she sings and there's music playing so she can just sing along to it. And it's beautiful. And she shares it on Facebook and I love it. And it's so inspiring. So, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So what am I going to do? Small, tiny steps. Learn how to control my breathing. Because that's all even Renee said. It's about controlling your breathing. It's not about being the best singer or having all the notes. It's about being able to go at the right time and get that strength back in your abdomen. Then am I going to jump on a stage, right? No, I would like to maybe invite some friends over and say, let's have a karaoke night. Because even in front of friends, it makes me nervous to sing into a mic. All right, well, let's start small. I probably will even just practice by myself in the basement for a bit singing into a mic. Then I'll invite some friends over. Then by then, hopefully we'll be able to go back into public again and I'll go sing karaoke somewhere where I don't know anyone and I don't have to be stressed about it. And then I may be ready to jump on that stage when the time comes, right? I don't know what your goal is, but what is that thing? How do you see? I'm still scared. Do you think I'm still going to be scared at every step of the way of doing this? Yes, of course I am. Be crazy not to. Those are big, scary things. I'm not kidding myself to say, oh no, it'll be fine. It'll be perfect. I'm not looking for perfect, baby. I'm looking for practice. Little tiny steps, because that's what gives everyone the confidence. Every singer, every person who's gotten into shape, every person that has learned to cook, learned to swim, learned to fix a car, gone after their dreams. It wasn't just there. They had to practice it. They had to wake up every day and go, I'm going to do what I have to do to live my best life, no matter what. Right? Kind of like Ronnie, right? Do what Ronnie says. And he would say, get your shit together and go after your dreams. Do what you want to do. Stop waiting to be happy. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting to be able to do it without fear. Because honey, it ain't ever going to happen. You got to stop now and decide what it is that you want to move towards and start moving towards it. All right? I hope you've enjoyed this live. I hope this helped you to figure out how to face your fear and move past it, regardless. Move through your fear to go after what you want. What do I want you to do right now? I would love to chat with you. If you have a dream, you have a plan, you need some help, you guys know you've got a free consultation with me, 30 minutes to talk about what it is that you want. And if coaching is maybe something that can help you, if we can find a plan for you to move forward. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. You're inspiring me, right? Going after new jobs, new territories. That's what we have to do. It's time to move forward. But I'd also love for you, if you are ready to commit to yourself, if you are ready to get real and figure out what you want to do, who you want to be for the rest of your life, who do you want to evolve into? Who is the next version of you? I want you to join the 90-Day Dream Life Project. And that's our group coaching, but one-on-one coaching program with me as well, where we help you figure out what your strategic plan is for your life, right? Whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, we start with 90 days because it can be overwhelming to plan beyond that. So I would love to help you break down what are those first steps that you need to do? What changes do you need to make in your life right now in the next 90 days to get you where you want to be? And it's not about giving you a whole bunch of more stuff to do because you already have a whole bunch of stuff to do. For me, it's really about prioritizing what you're doing now. It's about realizing that you have to make some sacrifices to get what you want. Maybe not big ones, but it might mean getting up a little bit earlier. It might be going to bed a little bit later. It might be not hanging out for as long with that group of friends or watching Netflix for as long, right? Binging or whatever. I don't know. We can make time in your life for your goals. And to me, that's what the 90-Day Dream Life Project is about. It's about breaking down. It's about these 4 steps. Identifying what you want, identifying what you're afraid of, what are the barriers that are getting your way, creating a plan for you to reach your goals, for you to overcome fear and to get what you want. And then finally, to be able to break it down into small enough steps that you get to be successful every single day and get what you want, right? And I used to think, oh, dream life, that's so cheesy. No, it's not, because I look at my own life and I tell you, I've been working my ass off and I've been through the bumps and I've been through the jumps. But I'm telling you, for the first time in my life, I really feel like I'm ready, man. This is my best life. I'm doing the shit that I want to do. My one more favorite thing would be if I had more people on the journey with me. So if you want to get on the journey, yes, Mia, we're going to do this shit together, girl. If you want to get on the journey with me and you want help moving forward through and getting what you want and feeling this way, because I don't have enough of those people around me. I started realizing I was surrounded by people that were half empty, that half glass, half empty, glass half full. And then the third glass is, I'm full of pee, right? Remember? And then no matter what they do, they're still miserable all the time. I want to be with I don't want to ignore problems, but I also go, yeah, shit, what are you doing about them though? Right? I need more people to be on this journey with me. So if this is something that makes you go, yes, or even, oh God, Zan, I'm scared, but yes, I need this. Reach out to me. Let me know, because that's the only way that we can start to make a plan for you to get what you want. Alrighty? Mwah. Love you guys. Like I said, replay or live. Let me know. Do you have any tips for anybody else about moving through your fears? What do you do to get your courage up and to keep going even when you feel like you're struggling? You guys know we have our top 10 super fans every month, and we love to do a draw and give them wonderful prizes. So if this is something you're interested in, it's not about commenting on every single post. It's about liking things. It's about showing up for lives. It's about answering the questions. Okay. So be engaged. We are in the process of reaching out to everybody in the group to see if there's any way that we can be of service to you. And also, if you don't want to be in the group, we don't want you in the group. And sorry, that's no offense to you. It's just, I need people that are action takers that want to move forward. So when we have like 650 people and I really see only maybe 50 or 60, maybe 70 people really active in any way, shape, or form, we need to get rid of the freeloaders. So we're going to be reaching out to you guys, asking how we can be of service. If you don't want in the group, no harm, no foul. Don't worry about it. I just have a really big ego, and I need to know that the people who are getting the best of me are getting are the people that I need to be giving it to, because I can't give it all the time to everyone, or I'll have no energy to give it to the people that really matter. Right? So that's what it's about. It's not about being mean. It's not about, because I can't help everyone. I don't have the time or the energy. So I really need to focus on the people that I can work with, that want a part of what we're doing, like all of you that show up live and on the replays and that watch this anyway, in any way, shape, or form. If you can even like this, it just lets us know that you are out there. We won't harass you. We won't pester you. It's really about my ego. If you want to be honest, I need to know that me showing up here every week is having some impact, that it's connecting with someone. And I used to think, that's so shallow. I shouldn't say that. No, that's what I need. Do you see what I mean? I get to say what I need and I get to quantify that. So I want the same for you. So I love you all. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Like I said, please go out and be like Ronnie, live your best life, and just be Ronnie. Love you, Ronnie. Okay. Love all of you. Talk to you soon. Have a fantastic weekend. And let me know, what do you got planned for this weekend? What are you doing? What's your self-care? I'll be checking in for self-care Saturday. So sound off, people.